Well, hello everybody, welcome back, and I'm really glad you could join me once again. So today I've got a really lovely vlog for you, but before we get started, I saw in the last video that there were quite a few comments about my skin, and in fact a few people asked if I would do a skincare video. Now I'm not going to do a dedicated skincare video because I've done those before and I think people find them a little bit boring and they're not really highly valued. So what I will do is I'm going to share with you a little skincare secret of mine. Well, actually it's not a secret because I've been very open about what I've been using over the last year or so. But with Black Friday coming up, there are some amazing discounts with one of my very favourite skincare brands, Foreo Sweden. Now if you've been watching this channel for a while, you will have heard me talk about Foreo before. I have 3 of their amazing devices. I have the Luna 4, so this is a facial cleansing device. This has T-sonic pulsations and you use this to get a really good cleanse of your skin. I think cleansing is one of the most important steps in having beautiful skin, because if you don't remove lots of oil, dirt and just general day-to-day grime, then you're not going to have a good skin foundation to work from. So yes, this is the Luna 4. I use this every single day to give my skin a really good cleanse. And then we have the UFO 3 device. I've shared this quite a lot. This is an at-home facial, so this comes with the Foreo face masks. You pop them onto this plate here and this will give you a guided facial on your smartphone, and I absolutely love this. They come with lots of different masks. You can have ones for brightening, ones to use before sleeping, ones for hydration. There are so many different masks and I have shared this before. I will, by the way, link all of the videos in the description box where I've talked about these products, so that if you want to learn a little bit more in depth about each one of them, you can do that. I don't have the time to go and have a facial once, twice a week, but I can do it at home with this. And the final device that I have from Foreo is this, which is the FAQ 202 mask. So it might look a little bit odd, but this has been a saviour for me. So this has LED light therapy and it basically is an anti-aging firming mask. So it addresses a variety of skincare issues with its different LED light colours, and it pairs with your smartphone so that you can choose what treatment you want to have. The treatments range from 15 minutes down to just 2 minutes, so whether you're on the go or have a little bit more time, this is a wonderful, wonderful mask to use, and I've really enjoyed it. So since I've been using these 3 products from Foreo, I think my skin has definitely improved. For me, it just feels more clean, it feels more refreshed, and I've definitely noticed that the fine lines and wrinkles that have started to appear around my eyes as I'm now into my mid-30s are reduced and my skin is looking a lot better. Now, the Foreo products are very rarely on sale, but because of Black Friday, they are having their biggest sale ever with up to 50% off product. And I'm delighted to let you know, with my unique discount code, you can get an additional 10% off. So in total, that is up to 60% off, which is absolutely unheard of for the Foreo products. That is an amazing discount and you can get some great savings, so I highly encourage you to check it out. All you need to do is click the link in the description box to check out their deals for up to 50% off, and if you use my code NF10 you'll get an additional 10% off. So yeah, up to 60% off with my code NF10. Just click the link in the description box and I would encourage you to get going with that whilst these deals last. Just before Christmas, it is the perfect timing if you are wanting to enhance your own skincare or perhaps buy a gift for a loved one. So next week I'm going on quite an exciting trip. I was invited by my friend Kevin Wendell, who owns Chateau de Kersey, to his other hotel in Mexico called Hotel Esencia. Now this is a really incredible kind of jungle resort near Tulum in Mexico, and Kevin opened this hotel a few years ago. He had never had experience in running hotels before, but he had homes all over the world and one of his friends said to him once, you know, Kevin, you run your homes so beautifully, you could actually open your own hotel. So that's what he decided to do, and this hotel has been an amazing success. It's won countless awards, and loads of celebrities go and stay there. It is absolutely beautiful. So Nathan and I are going next week to Mexico. It's my first time in Mexico. I think it might be Nathan's first time as well. So we're really, really excited to go. So the last few days I've been kind of going through my summer wardrobe again. I thought that I'd packed it away for the year, but the weather there is going to be beautiful, so it's time to go through some of my summer clothes and sort out what I'm going to wear. But first, on the night before we travel to Mexico, we're going to fly from Gatwick in London, and on that evening, Monday evening, next Monday, we have a black tie event to go to. We're going to the Walpole Awards, but the Walpole Awards requires us to wear black tie, so I am just going to check over my black tie and see if it still fits. I did mention in my last video that I've lost a bit of weight and a lot of my clothes are quite loose, so I've had to take quite a few pairs of my trousers to the tailor to be adjusted in the waist and in the tapered in the legs. So I just thought that whilst I've still got a few days before Monday, I need to check that my black tie fits. So let me show you my black tie. I have had this for about 8 years, and I actually bought it for my very first trip to Vienna. So when I was in Vienna last week and I told you in the Red restaurant that this is the table that I was sitting at all those years ago, this was for that occasion. So it was it was more than 8 years, it was 10 years. It was for my 24th birthday, and I'm now almost 35, so it was 10 years ago. Wow, time just whizzes by, it's insane. So yeah, my ex-boyfriend took me to Vienna for my 24th birthday. We stayed at the Imperial Hotel, and I went to see the opera in Vienna, and then we went for dinner at Hotel Sacca. So that is what this was for, and this is a Hackett London tuxedo, and it is really a very classic investment. I wanted to have a single-breasted jacket, something a little different, so I opted for a velvet option. And I've worn this quite a few times for the opera. I went to the opera at first in Vienna, and then we got to go to see the opera in Milan. And I think I've seen one in London. So I've been to a few. I've been to the ballet, and I've had a few black tie events to attend. So this was definitely a great investment. It's very timeless, classic. It always wears really well. I've taken it to the dry cleaner a few times, and it always comes back looking fresh. So I'm going to try this on and see if it fits. My plan is to kind of go with black tie, but in a modern version. So I'm not going to be wearing a button-down shirt and a bow. I think I'm going to just wear this with a kind of cashmere silk crew neck black sweater, just to give it a modern edge. And also because when I'm packing for Mexico, we're leaving for London on Monday, so whatever I pack for the awards I need to take with me all the way to Mexico as well, so I don't want to be packing too much stuff. Let me show you the shoes that I have to go with this, if I can find them. So this is a classic opera pump. Now, I really loved these when I first bought them, and I still do. But this really is a very traditional classic opera shoe that gentlemen would wear in like the 1910s to 20s. And I have to wear it with this insole because they were slightly too big, and they didn't have any more sizes left when I bought them. So now they fit perfectly with this kind of shearling insole. But I've had these again for 10 years. Wow, the time just goes so quickly. And I do think they're very classic with this bow. So I probably will wear those, but I also have another option. which are these ones. These are my slippers from Church's. I had these at the same time as my tuxedo so that I had two options. I do like these still, but I'm very, very fussy about certain things, and the way that they look on my feet, it kind of makes my feet look a little bit wide, whereas these ones make my feet look narrow and slim and just elongate the whole look. So I think I'm going to go for these ones. So I'm going to quickly try on everything. We'll see if it fits. I'm hoping that if anything, that only the trousers need to be adjusted, because if the jacket needs to be adjusted, that might be a little bit of a pain. So let me try this on and I will come back. So I've just put these on and I am going to have to go to the tailor. These trousers, I'm sure whether you can see, but there's a big gap here. They're very loose now. They're not even sitting where they're supposed to be, they're just falling down. And also in the leg, they're quite baggy now, and I can't bear baggy clothes. I like everything to look very streamlined. So I'm going to have to take these to the tailor to be adjusted, and then the jacket isn't so bad, but I think it would just look a lot better if it was altered, because again, we've got a lot of room in here now, a lot of room around here, and it looks kind of like I'm wearing my older brother's hand-me-downs, even though I don't have an older brother, I have a younger brother. So I think I'm going to have to take this to the tailor and have it all slightly tweaked just to make it look... I like everything to fit like a glove and everything to look very streamlined and chic, so I will go now and have this done. It is Tuesday, I need it for Monday, so it should be ready, I think, probably by Friday, and then I can organise myself. And I am just thinking that maybe I should wear my black tie shirt and bow, but I can't seem to find where I put them. Nathan and I organised my closets a few months ago, you may remember that, I filmed it for YouTube, and I can't remember what we did with all of my black tie accessories. I had some cufflinks, a cummerbund, a bow tie, and I had some studs for my shirt buttons, so I'm going to have to see about that. But I think that once I've got this adjusted, it might look chic again. But for now, I wouldn't really feel very happy about wearing this to the awards. Well, with Thanksgiving and Christmas just on the horizon, I'm always on the lookout for creative and beautiful recipes that I can impress my friends and guests with when I'm hosting. So I'm actually going to a Thanksgiving dinner in a few weeks at my American neighbour Tracy's house. It's one occasion that I look forward to every single year. We have a huge feast, and I just love this new tradition that I've got to enjoy over the last 4 years since I've been living in Edinburgh. There's always delicious food, plenty of champagne, lots of good times with friends, and so I always like to take something there to show my appreciation. So today I've made some wreath cookies, and these are very easy to make. They're absolutely delicious. They've got a nice crunch and a chewy middle in them. And then they're glazed with this beautiful glaze, and they're decorated with candied ginger, cranberries and pistachios, so they look like little wreath jewels. So I'm going to show you how to make these spectacular cookies, and whether you're celebrating Thanksgiving or not, if you're not in America you won't be, these will still be wonderful for Christmas, a birthday or any other celebration. So stick along and I'll show you how to make these very easy, very delicious, very beautiful wreath bejeweled cookies. So to begin, I'm adding sugar and butter to the mixing bowl with a little bit of vanilla extract, and then I'm going to use the paddle attachment to whisk these together until they're smooth and creamy. Then I'm adding in 1 egg, some zest of 1 orange, just to give it a little bit of a kick, and then I'm going to whisk all these together as well. You can see now that everything is beautifully put together. So now I'm going to add in some flour, some baking powder, and some salt. We're mixing all of this together until a dough just about forms, and that is this part complete. Super simple and easy. And now what we're going to do is lightly flour our work surface, and we're going to knead this into a ball. It does come together quite easily, this has all come together, a beautiful dough. It's a Martha Stewart recipe. I always find Martha's recipes just so wonderful. By the way, has anybody watched the new documentary on Netflix about Martha Stewart? I saw it a few days ago and I was just fascinated with that. I think she is the most amazing, incredible woman, inspiring. She has worked so hard and has been so successful. And to hear that journey of starting from the bottom and then becoming this huge figure in American life. She's not so famous here in Britain, but I think she's a very special lady who's just so inspiring, and everything she does is just perfection. So if you haven't seen that on Netflix, I would highly recommend it. So I'm going to let this chill in the fridge in a plastic wrap for about 45 minutes, and then we will continue with these wreath cookies. So my dough has been refrigerating for about 1 hour, and now I'm going to roll it out to quite a thin dough, about 1/4 of an inch thick, nice and round. I'm not very good at doing this, I have to say. I could do with a few lessons at Le Cordon Bleu, which is actually one of my dreams to do that, because I'm not very good at doing pastry or pies. I'm just a bit scared of doing them. So I think a little bit of experience in that department would be great for me, because it's always good to work on what you're not perhaps the best at. So I'm just rolling this out as best as I can with my limited ability. Okay, and now we're going to cut them out. So I've got my little cutter here, and what I'm going to do is, so I'm going to use that to cut the shape of the cookie, and then I'm going to use this round nozzle, which is from my piping kit, just to create a hole in the center. So there we have our little wreath. I'm just wondering whether that's a bit thin. I'm going to use the end of a nozzle. Make sure it's in the center. There we go, that's a lot better. And then you have a nice round wreath. So now I'm going to bake our wreath cookies in the oven at 180 degrees Celsius for 15 to 20 minutes. I've got a lot of dough left over, so I think I'm going to be able to make a second batch. So whilst they're in, I will start rolling out the second batch, and then I'll have about 16 cookies. Well, my cookies are ready, and they've turned out beautifully actually. I've just tried one, and they're very, they've got a nice bite to them, and then they've got a very chewy centre, and they taste incredible with a little bit of orange flavour in there. It is just gorgeous. As I said, you can't really go wrong with a Martha Stewart recipe. She is fabulous. So here I've got some candied ginger, some cranberries, dried cranberries, and some pistachio, and then I've made a glaze with powdered sugar and egg white and some lemon juice. So I'm going to decorate our cookies. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the underside of the cookie, which is the flattest part, and I'm going to dip that. Now this is quite a good consistency, but Martha did say that if it's too dry, then add some water, and if it's too runny, add more powdered sugar. It's looking a little bit on the thicker side, but I think that will work best. It should look like that. And then I am going to sprinkle on some of the pistachio. Try and spread it out. The first one will always be the worst. And then some of our dried cranberry, and then some of our ginger. And I have to say, these are just so pretty. They look marvellous. And there we have it, the cookies are finished, and I think they look just spectacular. How beautiful are they? And they're a great size, you can grab one, it's just big enough, you probably only need to have one, but it is the festive season, so if you're deciding to indulge a little bit, I'm sure no one's going to be watching. But aren't they just the most pretty cookie that you could imagine? And for how beautiful they are, the effort is minimal. So yes, do let me know if you would like to try these out for yourselves. I always like to hear when you've tried a recipe that I've suggested. So please do let me know. And yes, enjoy your wreath bejeweled cookies. Well, it is now Sunday morning. Yesterday afternoon I went to pick up my black tie from the tailor. It's all been adjusted so that it fits properly now. I didn't try it on yesterday because it gets really dark here very quickly. So I thought I wanted to try it on in the daylight. So I'm going to try it on. The good news is I've managed to find all of my black tie accessories. So I found them in a box. They're all here. I have my cummerbund, my bow tie, all of my shirt studs and my cufflinks. So I'm going to be wearing full black tie. I think I said last time that I was going to wear a cashmere black jumper, but I'm going to wear full black tie. Also, I managed to find, one second, my alternative black tie jacket, which is actually white, and this looks quite elegant. Fits perfectly, so I'm going to take both of them to London, and I will decide tomorrow which one I'm going to wear. So today I've got a very, very busy day. I need to pack my entire luggage for Mexico. We're leaving in the morning at 8 a.m. to London. We're going to go to the Walpole Awards, and then on Tuesday morning flying to Cancun. So I need to make sure today that I have everything packed, and then I need to drop Sophie off at the sitter. She's going to be there for a week. She's also going for her groom whilst I'm away, so I need to organise that with the sitter. So I feel like I've got a lot to do today, but I'm just going to quickly try this on. I will film tomorrow in London with Nathan when we get ready for the awards, so that we're all dressed looking smart and you get to see the outfit properly. But I want to show you how much of a difference it makes when you have everything adjusted and have it done properly, because the other day it was looking quite sloppy, so let's have a look now. Okay, so I'm just going to clip my microphone on here so that I've got my hands free. But you can see now the trousers fit properly in the waist, they're not loose anymore. And I've got my cummerbund, so let me put this on. This always makes everything look a lot more sleek, I think, and neat. When you've got this, it just pulls everything in and it gives you that kind of high-waisted look that is more timeless. I hate when you see a man in black tie and his trousers are really low and they're like piling on the floor and it just looks sloppy. So a cummerbund is a great way just to get everything nicely cinched and elegant. I'm just going to move this back so that you can see. I've got a light here as well because it's quite dark. So you can see now that these trousers fit properly. They've been tapered down the sides so they look nice and slim, and I look a lot more put together now. So here is the jacket. This has been tapered, I'll show you. It's been tapered to fit so that when I close the buttons we don't have that big gaping anymore. And also I had it shortened because I am quite short. This was off the rack and it was a bit too long and it made me look like I was wearing, again, my brother's clothes, hand-me-downs. So I just thought that if I had it shortened, then it would look a lot more like it was bespoke. So now it fits really, really well. With my tuxedo shirt, bow tie, which I had to practice last night putting on because I haven't done it for a while, I think this looks really, really beautiful now. So I'm feeling confident about attending the awards. I hate when you have to go somewhere and you don't feel like you've got a proper outfit. So I think it was really worth. It cost me £150 to get my suit adjusted. I think that is quite a good price because I had to have this cummerbund fixed. The back had broken. I had this tapered in the back so that it fits properly. I had it shortened and I had the trouser waist made, the waist adjusted to make it smaller, and I had the trousers tapered as well. So that is quite good to have a bespoke look. So I'm ready for the awards tomorrow. I'm really excited. I love the chance to dress up and do something a little bit different. And I love attending these things with Nathan. We have a real good time beforehand and it's going to be fun. So I will try to film tomorrow. We usually are rushing to get ready, but I will film, and then the next vlog on Wednesday, that will be in there with a full black tie, Nathan's outfit as well. So it's going to be fun. Let me know what you think. I think these little adjustments were definitely worth it, and just to get that nice, clean, sleek look that I was going for. Before I leave today, I wanted to show you the dining room because I think it's looking quite beautiful now. It's starting to come together. So the newest addition are these lamps. I got the bases from Ochre. I love them. They're really beautiful and tall, classic and timeless. And then I got the shades from Dunelm. So these are kind of like an iCat green shade, almost like a peacock design, which I wasn't really expecting. But I think they work beautifully in the room and just elevate the space because they're so tall. And with the portrait and the table setting, it's starting to look really great in here. And then if I just come round and show you from this way, I've now put the French sofa in the window there. So I think that looks really great too. It's kind of been one of those pieces where I've moved it around quite a lot. Hello, hello. Miss Sophie is desperate for a groom. Hope she's going next week, thank God. But yeah, I love that there. And then what I'm also going to do, probably after Christmas now, is get some curtains on the windows. I didn't finish painting here because of that reason. So I think I'm just going to get some very simple unlined curtains, kind of like this kind of fabric, like a linen. And then this room will look really great. I'm very happy with the way it's come together. And I quite like that it's dark and jewel box-like. So yeah, this is the dining room. Let me know what you think. I love the lamps, I really do. I'm really happy with those. Well everybody, thank you so much for joining me. I really hope that you've enjoyed this little episode. I'm very excited for next week. Again, travelling tomorrow to London, which I'm going to film, and then Mexico, which is going to be a very lovely vlog as well. So don't forget that if you would like to get up to 50% off for Rayo, to click the link in the description box, and for an extra 10% use the code NF10. Also, I have linked in the description box the recipe for the wreath cookies. It's a Martha Stewart recipe, so that will direct you straight to her website where you can check out the recipe. It is a wonderful recipe, so I implore you to try it. Again, perfect for Christmas or Thanksgiving. Thank you again for joining me. I hope you have a really lovely weekend, and I look forward to seeing you next time. But until then, take care. Bye-bye.